What's up, future fighters? We are back. We are uploading the first video of today online. As you can see, it's processing the HD video. That was an introduction to what we're going to do today. Let me just switch up the backgrounds for this video. I like to keep things varied for you guys. Purple always looks great against that blue light, which is pretty cool. And so you can go back to the previous video from today on the Making a Future Fighter playlist on YouTube to find out the introduction. We are going to jump right into the code here. And so what we're going to do is we're going to combine several components of previous systems into giving us the information that we need for this auto measuring function that we're going to do. So we're going to need a new script for this, and this new script is going to go under. It's under our graphics, I guess. So let's create a script here, and let's just call this script auto strike distance. I'm not sure if that'll stick or not, but we're gonna start with that at least. And this is kind of just how I set up my scripts here, just in case I need to put parameters in, which we're not going to do right now. So the first thing we're going to need to do is take two variables, and I probably should, let me show you conceptually kind of what we're doing here. So this is from the GameMaker manual. This is Sprite Setup, as just a picture to use. And it's, all my sprites are cropped like this, real tight. And the X and Y are centered on this. And so, it's giving you the sprite X offset and the sprite Y offset here as well, which those entries are separate. You can see those there. This is just a nice picture though to use. And so basically every sprite has a number of frames, and when Shadow is throwing, there's a strike frame, which is obviously the farmost right, if you're facing right, the farmost right edge of the sprite. However, you can see that you don't, in Future Fighter, you don't just stand still, right, when you're striking. In Future Fighter, you can move when you strike, and that's, you have separate control of that, as you can see on the keyboard. You have separate strike and movement control. And so that's a really important part of Future Fighter, because it's a really important part of fighting, actual fighting. And that's kind of what the stuff I'm trying to bring to Future Fighter. So you can see, you can start the strike. You can see when I push the triangle, this short range combo button. So there's your short range combo. When I push that button, I'm pushing it, before I get to the opponent. And you can even go one further and actually dash and get even more distance off that. So, but right now we're just doing normal distances. So you can see that the calculation that's going to have to occur is one such that it starts back here. How many frames do I have before the strike happens, and how fast am I going? Because you're going to have to add that on to whatever this actual distance is between Omega's center of his body and the edge of the sprite, which is what's colliding with the opponent. So that's really, those variables are kind of how we're going to put it together. If you like this kind of design and programming and animation and motion capture, martial arts, go to drrockgames.com and check out the alpha version of the game, the whole game. You can see what features, other features I currently have. You can see the 2 characters that are currently in the game and playable, that I motion captured. This Omega's me, of course, is my fighting style, the way I move, the way I think. That's what he does. The Omenite I created from my imagination, from my martial science experiences, based on his physical size, his mentality, and his armor. That's the one thing you have to take into account in Future Fighter that you don't have to take into account in real life, because we don't wear armor, not yet. And then you can see those characters' motion capture moves, features, and armor in action. And you can put your email address in at the bottom, and I'll let you know when the game comes out. Then come back to YouTube because we have more game to make. I'll see you there.